Today guys, I wanted to talk to you about robbing houses in Grand RP and how some things could be changed and some other things could be implemented to make it a little bit better for everybody. So I hope you're going to enjoy. If you haven't joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, and download the launcher, and you should be good to go from there. But anyways, let's start off with how you rob a house. You walk up to a house of your choice. They can be robbed every 7 days, I believe. And if nobody's robbed it yet, you can click rob this house. A circle will then appear. You have to click space at the right time. You walk inside, go over to the closet, and there will be some boxes of stuff, TVs, and furniture. At the current moment, a TV goes for $615, furniture goes for $655, and a box of things goes for $658. Now that price changes every single hour. The hour before this, a TV would go for $569. Furniture would only go for $376, and a box of things for $502. The price varies, so obviously you'd want to sell those items at the right time. People in FIB, SAHP, or LSPD would be able to come and stop you from robbing the house. And if you're the owner of the house, you'll end up getting a fine of $150,000. So let's talk about how it can be improved. Robbing the house normally is fine. You walk up to it, you click space, you get access to the house. But the next thing is robbing actual stuff, like cool stuff. There's two different ways you can go about this part. One, it could be actual useful items, like maybe there's a level 3 fishing rod sitting somewhere in the house. And of course, when you do click rob, these items would just naturally spawn in, and depending on the rarity of the item, there would be a different odds system for how often they'd spawn in. For example, a level 3 fishing rod, when you click rob, there is a 1 in 7 chance that that'll spawn in. Maybe a level 2 backpack. There's a 75% chance that'll spawn in. So it'd be rare items and not rare items. Might even get lucky and find a level 4 backpack sitting around. There's like a 10% chance that would spawn in or something like that. The other way it could be is, you know how you take the TVs, the furniture, and the boxes of crap to the black market, and you would sell it off to the trader there. Well, instead of it just being these items that weigh a ton, and by the way, if you don't already know, I believe 4 TVs will fill up the entirety of a level 4 backpack. It's the same stuff you get from when you rob a store. So that stuff weighs a lot, and it's really annoying. One of my cars, I have like 200 or 300 TVs and boxes of crap, and I can't be asked to sell that off because it's going to take so long, and honestly, I'm not going to get a whole lot of money for it. And it's been the same since the server first started. So what if they added some other stuff that maybe wasn't so heavy? Once again, once the robbery starts, you would walk into the house, and you have to kind of search the entire house or apartment for these items. Maybe there would be a gold chalice that you would find that could sell for $5,000, or some silverware. You'd also find some other random stuff that isn't that rare, like maybe a crate of strawberries, or some scrap metal, or literally anything like that. So it could either be real items that you could sell to people in the city, or it would be fake items that you could still sell to a trader somewhere in the city, and depending on the rarity of the item, you'd either get more money or less money. So that would be kind of cool. Because, you know, robbing a house, you're not just going to go and walk up to their closet and continuously take TVs and boxes of stuff and furniture. You'd be looking for some other cool stuff. Like, if I were to go and rob the Playboy Mansion, I'm not going to be robbing, like, 1980s TVs or really crappy furniture or boxes of stuff that'll sell for $300. You'd be looking for a lot of other cool stuff that you would assume would be in a house like that. And maybe the system would depend on what type of house it is. There is 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and I think there's 5-star houses. Not 100% sure, but let's say you rob a 4 or a 5-star house, the items you would find in there would be a lot more valuable. If it was a 1-star house, you wouldn't find the best stuff in the world. But let's move on to the next thing, which I really think needs to be improved, and that's going to be the fine system. Let's say I were to go and rob a house right now, and then 10 seconds later, LSPD pulls up and stops me. No matter what, the second I click rob house, the owner of that house gets fined $150,000 even if LSPD or FIB or SAHP manage to stop them. I think that's just a little bit dumb. They catch the criminal and you still get fined 150 grand. The criminal gets fined less than you do. Think about that. They robbed your house. They probably didn't even take 150 grand worth of stuff, because I think there's only 10 TVs, 10 boxes of stuff, and 10 furniture in each house, depending on what star level it is, I guess. But even if they sold that all off, managed to get it all, and got arrested, the owner of the house is still going to end up paying a whole lot more money. And if you wanted to buy insurance for the houses to obviously not allow people to rob them, you can. A 2-star house, I believe it's $230K, and a 3-star house, I believe, is $345K. That's from purchasing it from the actual guy standing in government. Might be cheaper buying it from an actual person, though. But it is expensive to buy insurance, and if you don't, then 4 times a month, your house is most likely going to get robbed every 7 days. Believe me, when I was robbing houses before, I would literally go up to a bunch of different houses, open my notepad, and write down which houses I could rob in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or at server restart the second the server restarts, obviously. And then I would instantly go and rob them. People are waiting to do this because a lot of people will just go around and rob a ton of houses and then sell everything off and make a quick 100 grand, 150k. Maybe even more, it depends how much time you put into it. But either way, you being the owner of the house, and you get fined $150,000 even if LSPD catches the guy, I feel like that's a bit crazy. You also got to consider the fact, like I said, the guy that robbed the house is getting charged less than you are. Really think about that. And most of the time, all of the LEOs won't even bother to pull up, because it only takes a couple of minutes to unload all this stuff from the closet and pop it in the back of your car and you're gone. Especially if you're robbing houses in the middle of nowhere. So I feel like there's a lot of things that could be improved when it comes to robbing houses in Grand RP. It is a fun concept, but the things I mentioned, I feel like could definitely make it a little bit better for the people robbing it and for the people who actually own the house. Because imagine you go into a house, like this one right here, for example. It's not the nicest house in the entire world. It is a 1-star house. So, if I were to come up and rob this house like I said before, the items I would find in it wouldn't be that great. But if I were to go and rob my family house in Richmond, I believe that's a 3-star house, I'd be able to get a lot of other items that were more rare. So let me know what you guys think of it down below. Would you rather just keep robbing boxes of stuff, TVs, and furniture? Or would you rather be able to get some other cool items? And maybe change the system when it comes to fining? And this would also be similar to robbing stores. You wouldn't just be filling your backpack up with 4 items of furniture from a store. You'd be able to steal other stuff. But that concept's a little different because robbing a house and robbing a store are 2 completely different things. So we'd have to talk about that just a little bit more later. Anyways, that's pretty much going to wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.